creativity is magical. Not only does it allow us to conceive new ideas and concepts, but also turn existing concepts into something special. Us humans are very talented and have been gifted with strong imaginations. In this video, we're going to be seeing some people who turn ordinary things into masterpieces. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Number 1. Man's best friend. Why is this chihuahua so still and won't stop staring at you? Could it be that it's a life-size statue of one? That's exactly it. Linda Fassi, a native of New York, has a lot of experience in the art of dog statues. Just send her a picture of your beloved pet, and before you know it, she'll make a super realistic statue of it. Not only life-size replicas, but Linda can make a miniature of your pet dog. Isn't that truly amazing? Among others, Linda also uses delicate materials such as felt and wool in her timeless pieces. The New York creator shares her art with the world through her Instagram, where she's amassed more than 40,000 followers. Her username is Fassi Designs, and you can head on over to her account to see the amazing work that she does. Number 2. Lynchenberg. For those of you who don't know, Lynchenberg is a designing technique which aims to make beautiful patterns on pieces of wood by flowing electric discharge through them. While this technique is dangerous, most of us can agree that the outcome is fascinating. Basically, the wood is coated with a solution of water and soda. Then, an electric discharge of 9,000 to 10,000 volts is flown through the wood. This creates thunder-like ridges. These ridges that are left behind are black in color and look pretty against lighter shades of wood. Number 3. Like underwater. The creators of these resin-decorated pieces pour epoxy into trays. Then in go all sorts of things like shells and hair. But don't be disgusted, as the hair is only there to add patterns. What comes next is the resin. A whole lot of machine work and then polishing. The final piece gives you the impression of a coral reef. You can keep these egg-like ornaments inside your room to add an element of the ocean. How utterly breathtaking. Number 4. Here comes the stickman. It may seem easy to create a stickman out of wire and aluminum foil. Both of these things are very easily moldable, so it's obviously very easy. But look what happens next to this particular stickman. After being covered in foil, another sheet of paper is wrapped onto it. And that's when the most exciting process begins. The stickman is covered in a cement-soaked fabric which serves as a cloak. The fabric can be adjusted before the cement actually hardens, and ta-da! The stickman is no longer a stickman, but a wonderful angel. Number 5. Coins. Some of you may not have been blown away by some of the previous masterpieces, but rest assured, this next one will take your breath away. Russian artist Roman Butin takes pride in his unique art style. He is a master of transforming old coins into astonishing works of art. He carves intricate designs and portraits into coins, such as skulls and even human figures. But that's not the most interesting part. His coins include mechanisms which allow certain parts of his carving to move. Look at this bee, for instance. It can flap its wings. Roman uses the US Morgan dollar because of its size and just the right amount of thickness. You must be thinking that it must have taken some form of generational skill to be able to carve Zippos like this. But turns out, he's learned his art through YouTube videos. This definitely proves that you can learn anything as long as you put the time and effort into it. You can check out Roman's work on his official Instagram, username @RomanButin. Number 6. Diamond in a rough. The next creator doesn't need expensive and rare materials to do his magic. In fact, a pebble off the street works just fine. Zhang Dun is an artist who loves transforming ordinary rocks into ethereal masterpieces. He collects pebbles and then carves them out to look like different things. First, he removes part of the outer layer of his pebble using a grinding disc. Next, he marks the pebbles for the shape he's about to carve out of it. Then, he uses his tiny drill or any other neater equipment to make out shapes, like this hyper-realistic crab claw. Amazing, isn't it? You can check out his works on his Instagram username, Zhang Dun. Number 7. Mechanisms for your soul. The creator named David Roy is an expert at making kinetic structures. His mechanical pieces are made out of wood and use the laws of physics to give them a foolproof movement. His creations definitely take a lot of time and various attempts before they make their final form. But needless to mention, David is indeed an expert at his craft, as he's already made over 1,000 of such masterpieces. Number 8. A guitar like no other. Isn't it annoying to see these little cigarette butts polluting the roads and streets? Well, kudos to this guy, because he seems to have found the solution. Yes, what you're seeing is true. That's a guitar made out of cigarette butts. This man puts cigarette butts into the body of a guitar and then covers it using a coating. And the guitar sounds perfectly melodic too. Number 9. Stone jewelry. This next man has a talent for converting stones into jewelry. First, he takes any type of mineral and cuts it into disc-like pieces. Then, he uses a different equipment to carve the disc into donuts. He then works his way into different shapes like the snake-shaped bracelet. He also makes rings out of smaller donuts, each with a unique and beautiful design. If you love jewelry that's a little unorthodox, this guy could be your perfect go-to dealer. Number 10. Mosaic. Our next contender on today's list is a guy named Leonard. A lot of us view mosaics as boring, an old form of art. But Leonard is here to prove you wrong. Leonard is an amazing mosaic artist who makes portraits out of his special art form. Look at this mosaic self-portrait, for example. So pretty. Leonard, one by one, adds pieces of wood at the right shape and the right color until it all comes together in the shape of a beautiful portrait. His works include this squirrel, this horse, this self-portrait, and many more. Number 11. Egged. You might be familiar with egg art. We often see painted eggs carrying the most vibrant pictures of their fragile bodies. But ever seen a carved egg? And that too, of this level? That's right, our next creator is skilled at turning mere eggs into literal magic. He first carves out a foundation for the structure of eggs. Then, he works on more eggshells to make beautiful carvings. Both are attached together, and boom, a miracle. Number 12. Wire birdies. If you think that creating birds entirely out of wires isn't possible, you, my friend, are wrong. Check out this guy from China whose main skills include doing exactly that. He creates entire bird structures out of molding wires. His masterpieces, among other birds, include wire peacocks. These peacocks aren't always dull and boring, but he makes them out of colored wires to add that extra spice. What a talent! Number 13. Foldable magic. Origami seems like an easy job when all you've been taught is paper airplanes. But look at the Russian origami artist Ekaterina Lukasheva's work and you'll realize just how complex it can get. Ekaterina loves turning plain paper into works of art. Her origami style, the Kusudama Paradigma origami, involves folding paper in a way that when it bounces open, you see a beautiful design. It is insane the kind of pieces she makes out of ordinary paper. The bright colors on the final pieces make them pop out even more. So, still think origami is easy? Number 14. Floral beauties. In today's world, there's a lot of focus on all natural, environmentally friendly products. This next creator stays in line with that and makes the most beautiful phone cases among other things. The woman who goes by the name of Sophie Handcraft on Instagram creates lamps and much more using real flowers, leaves, and even fruits. And as it turns out, you can actually dry your fruit to either eat it later or pour some resin on it to make a permanent part of your phone cases. It's so amazing how she's using these natural things to make her art. Number 15. All you need is a grain of rice. Now this last one could be rightfully called our winner for today. All he needs to perform his magic on is a single grain of rice. Look at him turning this itsy bitsy rice grain into Godzilla. While he's working, he uses a microscope and the tiniest drill to cast a spell onto the rice. Mind-blowing. That was it for today's video. Which one of these masterpieces was your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. And make sure to subscribe to our channel and also like this video. See you next time!